But once he starts discharging a firearm at our officers, and that's when we made the decision to continue the pursuit.
Right now on Apple Valley News Now live at 5, a shooting in downtown Yakima shutting down streets. We'll explain what all went down. Also ahead and in Pasco, the Power of Connection Leadership Summit is taking place, what it means for students. Also, new numbers are in for voter turnout across both Oregon and Washington this year, and it doesn't look too good. And Stacey's here.
And we're getting ready to see the sun set right now. Colder temperatures, tracking some snow tonight. I'll tell you where coming up.
This is Apple Valley News Now at 5 on your side.
Good Thursday evening. Thank you for being here. I'm Austin Reed. First at 5, Yakima police say a suspected car thief led them on a pursuit, fired at officers multiple times, and then crashed into a van, injuring the driver. Police say they got a call just before 11 a.m. for a report of a stolen car. When an officer spotted the vehicle, they began to follow it, but it soon turned into a pursuit that lasted several minutes. Yakima PD say the suspected car thief then spotted another Yakima patrol car that wasn't involved in the pursuit, and they took out their gun and shot at the patrol car. Authorities say they continued to chase the suspect, who shot at 4 or 5 police officers before he crashed into a van at South 4th Avenue and West Yakima Avenue.
Based upon it being a stolen car, we wouldn't have continued that because of the danger to the public. But once he starts discharging a firearm at our officers and creates a greater substantial risk of injury to either officers or the public, that's when we made the decision to continue the pursuit.
The van driver was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The suspect was also taken to the hospital to get checked out before he will be booked into the Yakima County Jail. No officers were hurt, but at least 2 patrol cars had bullet hole damage. Authorities say officers did not return fire in the pursuit. We have a missing person alert. The Spokane Tribal Police Department needs the public's assistance in locating Rochelle M. Abrahimson. She was last seen on November 9th in Kennewick around 4:30 a.m. She left a relative's home and has not been seen since. She has blonde hair. She's approximately 5'4" tall, weighs about 140 pounds. She was last seen wearing a blue and gray winter coat with a black shirt and black sweatpants pictured here. If you see Rochelle, call 911. Today, U.S. Senator Maria Cantwell announced that 9 communities across the state of Washington will receive a total of $2.1 million to make their roadways safer for drivers, pedestrians, and cyclists. The funding comes from the U.S. Department of Transportation's Safe Streets and Roads for All grant program. One of the local grants around here include $348,192 for the Confederated Tribes and Bands of the Yakima Nation. This is to develop a safety action plan to improve roadway safety within the nation's jurisdiction. The plan will help update data, communication technologies, and safety-focused initiatives for rural and tribal roadways. Time to get a first look at our first alert weather forecast. Our Stacey Lee joining us live in our weather center. As we are getting closer to the weekend, it seems like things are kind of calming down for now.
Yeah, we did have a windy day, kind of unexpected, but those winds have been blustery all day in the Columbia Basin. Look at that. That is our Legends Casino Skycam tonight. Cadillac Hospital, the Columbia River, nice and calm. Winds finally starting to decrease tonight, and they'll continue to do so. 51 degrees, or feels like temp is 51, so that is good. Again, these winds were gusting up to 30, 40 miles an hour earlier today in the Tri-Cities and down the Columbia River Gorge. Now, you're going to notice a big change in those temperatures. We're cooling down. We have a nice cold front dropping down from Canada and Alaska. That's going to bring our temperatures way down tonight, and even more so tomorrow. Get ready. We've got another full moon. It's the 4th supermoon in a row, the final supermoon of the year and our 11th moon of the season. It's called the Beaver supermoon, and it'll be exactly full 1:29 p.m. tomorrow. If the cloud cover cooperates, you should be able to check that out tomorrow night, so get those cameras handy. Partly cloudy and cooler, winds decreasing, mountain snow. We're tracking some snow tonight in the Blue Mountains mainly, and then get ready for a big snowstorm coming to the Cascades across Snoqualmie Pass this weekend. Could impact your weekend travels. I'll tell you all about that coming up. Austin?
Thank you, Stacey. Now to Your Voice, Your Vote. What will the 2025 legislative session look like based on this year's elections? Well, Governor-elect Bob Ferguson and incoming Attorney General-elect Nick Brown held this joint press conference to address how to work with the Trump administration. A press panel highlighted the issues to watch next year, which was streamed at tvw.org. In Trump's last term as president, the Washington Attorney General's office clashed with the federal administration, ending up in court dozens of times. So the new governor and attorney general are now trying to figure out ways to work together. Now, the clashes last year were over the environment, healthcare, and education, among other subjects.
And it's very clear that AG Ferguson and his team have spent a lot of time thinking about what's next. And we will take those challenges very seriously and be prepared for the work ahead.
Current Governor Inslee says he wants to work with Ferguson and others as well moving forward. The 2024 election saw low turnout across the country, but in Washington state, the drop among young people was very noticeable. About 64% of registered voters 18 to 24 cast ballots this year, a decrease of about 8.5 percentage points from 2020. Turnout dropped by about 7 percentage points for people 25 to 34, a little under 7 points for people 35 to 44, 6 points for people 45 to 54, and 5 points for ages 55 to 64. 89% of voters older than 65 returned their ballots this year, a decrease of only about 2%. Oregon's rural counties showed the highest turnout in the 2024 presidential election. As in past years, Oregon's rural counties have some of the highest turnout in the state, but it was tiny Wheeler County with over 878 ballots being counted, putting Wheeler at about almost 85% voter turnout. One day after Election Day, Oregon's voter turnout rate was hovering around 57%. That's according to data from the Oregon Secretary of State's office. New tonight, organized by Chiawana High School in Pasco, the Power of Connection is a leadership summit happening right now. High school associated student body leaders from across the region are getting leadership training on networking and developing relationships. Bobby Boutars is the ASB advisor at Chiawana High School. She had the idea to get the conference started.
We have 14 schools and almost 300 students, and we have over 10 presenters coming in. We have a couple of doctorates. We're going to work on leadership skills, but also the health and stress management side.
And that was Butters for her last name. My apologies. Schools from all around the Tri-Cities and Walla Walla are in Pasco at Columbia Basin College taking part in the Leadership Summit. We'll have more coming up tonight at 6 and hear about how this event got kicked off Thursday afternoon. Nearly 400 students in 12 schools around the Mid-Columbia and the Tri-Cities are visiting local unions for Apprenticeship Week. The electrical, sheet metal, pipe fitters unions hosted hands-on tours of 3 local union training centers. Those are UA 598, Local 55, and IBEW 112. Jeff Arns, the training director with Columbia Basin Electrical, says these students are learning about some of the other options out there that aren't just college.
I got an apprenticeship when I was 19 and I absolutely fell in love with it. It was one of the best career choices I could have made. For Apprenticeship Week, we're going to do some real simple explanations. Right here behind us, we're going to do a conduit. They're going to be bending some half-inch conduit and learning just some basic bends. In the previous lab that they were just in, they were kind of getting shown fire alarm, motor control, basic switching, and just some basic circuitry.
Arns also says the IBEW 112 will be hosting a parent night on Friday, so that's tomorrow, 5 to 7, to share more information to families who have additional questions. This week is part of a massive effort to support students exploring their options for post-high school learning, particularly those options through the trades. Still ahead on Apple Valley News Now live at 5, our Art Beat tonight brings us to Pasco. Plus,
I'm Rachel Bade in Washington. Donald Trump's nominations are shocking even Republicans, and I'll tell you more next.
And as we leave you to break, here's a live picture from our Yakima Skycam. Thanks to Bimart. Stacey Lee tracking your first alert weather forecast as we are edging closer to that weekend. We're on your side, so stay with us.
Hey babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE?
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes?
Dad, 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks. Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month, no trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular.
Why do people come to the University of Washington? They come here to find people who will inspire them, move them, change them. They come to solve big problems and prepare for careers where they can make a difference. They come to cheer on their Huskies in the greatest setting in college football. If you want to change the world, this is where you start. For passion, for possibility, be boundless.
In a world where every customer wins, only one event will completely change the vehicle shopping experience for Eastern Washington. This is an all-out battle as all McCurley locations compete to provide you with the vehicle you've been waiting for. Hurry in today and save big before the countdown ends.
Save on a new Subaru Crosstrek today during the final countdown from McCurley Subaru.
I felt like there was just no answers to get out of the anxiety and the depression that I had.
I was suicidal all the time, thinking about it nonstop, every day, every moment.
Depression and anxiety rob millions of us of our day-to-day lives, but nothing seems to pull you out of it. Introducing Neurostim TMS, Washington's leading provider of transcranial magnetic stimulation, or TMS therapy. At Neurostim TMS, we treat the root of the problem with a series of short daily treatments. Using a non-invasive magnetic field, TMS activates the natural function of the brain's neurotransmitters to improve mood and regulate emotion. TMS is not shock therapy. It's an FDA-approved, easy outpatient experience and covered by all major medical insurances.
There's nothing better than just being able to enjoy life again.
The treatment just completely, fundamentally changed my life.
Visit neurostimtms.com today or call to schedule your free consultation at any of our 12 Washington state locations.
U.S. Cellular has the incredible new iPhone 16 Pro.
The first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence.
Spread the word.
And don't forget camera control. It'll blow you away.
Get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. No trade-in needed. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Texans, Cowboys, the battle for Texas. Monday Night Football at 5. Apple Valley News Now.
New tonight from the Art Beat, the city of Pasco is looking for artists who are wanting to show off their art. There is a 3-month exhibition at City Hall that will start in 2025. When it comes to the kind of art the city is looking for, officials say sky's the limit. It's not just about paintings or sculptures. You can showcase your quilts, crochet projects, knitting projects, watercolor, oil painting, and photography, as long as you keep it family friendly. The city says this is a unique opportunity to uncover hidden or discovered gems.
We have so much talent here in our region, in the city of Pasco. We really want to be able to highlight that and to give people a look at what is coming from their own community. So if we can highlight local artists and give them some exposure to people across the broader city, that's going to be a great thing for everybody.
To be selected, you will need to submit a cover letter about yourself as an artist and then message why you are trying to convey your art, along with some pictures in a portfolio, all submitted online by December the 15th. President-elect Donald Trump has picked Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to be his next Secretary of the Department of Health and Human Services, a choice that would add to Trump's list of controversial picks whose confirmation process will test the loyalty of Senate Republicans. Trump saying he was thrilled to share the pick today. Kennedy accepted the offer immediately. This comes after Representative Matt Gaetz was picked as Attorney General yesterday. President-elect Donald Trump tapping the headliner, Matt Gaetz, for Attorney General, shocking Washington and raising some questions about whether he can get the Senate confirmation. Here's ABC's Rachel Bade with more.
If there was ever any question about whether Trump intended to rock the boat here in Washington, there isn't anymore.
Today, Donald Trump's pick for Attorney General raising fresh questions about whether he'll be confirmed. Matt Gaetz, a longtime Trump ally, nominated to be the top law enforcement officer in the land.
He's great and he loves his state. Congressman Matt Gaetz. Where the hell is Matt Gaetz?
Gaetz has long called for an end of all Trump investigations, what he calls witch hunts. He also wants to clean house at the Justice Department.
And we ride or die with Donald John Trump to the end.
Gaetz himself has been probed by the Justice Department for alleged sex trafficking. He denied the allegations, and the DOJ declined to bring charges. After being nominated, Gaetz immediately resigned from Congress.
I hereby resign as a United States Representative for Florida's 1st Congressional District, effective immediately.
That automatically closed a separate House ethics investigation into Gaetz for alleged drug use and sexual misconduct just 2 days before the report was due to be released.
The investigation will cease and no report will be issued at that point.
But today, some senators who get to decide Gaetz' nomination demanding access to the confidential report.
I think there should not be any limitation on the Senate Judiciary Committee's investigation, including whatever the House Ethics Committee has generated.
In the past, Gaetz, denying the allegations, has accused House Republican leaders of probing him for political purposes.
Word is, I now have problems with the Ethics Committee, which seems really odd to me because I'm the one screaming loudest for actual ethics reforms.
The big question right now, can he get confirmed? Some Hill Republicans today telling ABC News he lacks the professional experience and the moral compass to lead.
I have concerns that he can't get across the finish line.
Trump's allies on the Hill saying Gaetz deserves a shot, if only out of deference to Trump.
Elections have consequences. He chose Matt Gaetz.
One Senate Democrat telling us they know between 5 and 10 Senate Republicans who are considering voting against Matt Gaetz on the floor. Now, whether those members are actually willing to brave Trump's wrath, time will tell. Rachel Bade, ABC News, Washington.
Other news, and to your health, global health officials are sounding the alarm about the surge of a highly contagious yet preventable disease, measles. According to the CDC and the World Health Organization, global cases of measles surged more than 20% last year. Unfortunately, over 107,000 people died, and most were young children. Officials point to falling levels of vaccination during and after the COVID pandemic for the increase in these cases. The 2-dose vaccine is 97% effective against measles. The CDC has reported at least 266 measles cases in the U.S. so far just this year. And to a consumer alert, listen up, Chrysler is recalling more than 200,000 vehicles because of a potential anti-lock brake system malfunction. The recall from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration impacts 2018 and 2019 Jeep Grand Cherokees and Dodge Durangos. According to Chrysler, the malfunction may cause some brake lights to illuminate incorrectly. The issue could also disable the electronic stability control and allow a driver to start and shift out of park without the brake pedal being applied. The company is not aware of any accidents or injuries related to the malfunctions.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And a shift in the weather is coming, but right now we have calmed down. We've had a very blustery day in the Tri-Cities with gusty winds. Elsewhere was pretty calm, 51 degrees right now. Traffic sailing right along on I-182 this evening on our Dust Devil Sky Cam. Let's get into our radar. A couple of stray little showers blipping by through the foothills of the Blues and into the Blue Mountains, and things are looking, well, relatively calm right now. We're still seeing some showers up north of the Seattle area. Here's the shift, all right? So low pressure, the system moved through. Here's what's coming and heading our way tomorrow. So as you can see, most of us stay clear, but we have that northerly flow. That's going to bring those colder conditions for us late tonight and tomorrow. But here comes that system. And once this guy moves in late into Saturday, that's when we're going to start to see some widespread showers and heavy snow showers in the Cascades and even in the Blues. And the system continues into Sunday. Let's take a look at our future cast. Moving through the night, we are keeping an eye on this area of the Blues, the southern Blue Mountains, south south of Pendleton, just outside of Heppner. This area, Strawberry Mountains, we could see some snow showers overnight till the early morning hours. There could be some minor impacts on I-84 between Pendleton and LeGrand. That should dry up by the afternoon, and then we'll see mostly clear skies moving through the area. Good news if you want to check out that full moon. Then we get into our Saturday afternoon. That's when we're going to start to see those snow levels dropping down, getting close to pass level, and bringing showers to the east side of the state. As you can see, widespread snow showers there, and our rain showers moving on up. A few snowflakes just outside of Spokane as well. We are calling a first alert weather day for Sunday and Monday for the Cascades. 12+ inches of snow, though. That's at pass level. Above that, we could see a couple of feet of snow in those upper elevations. Here's what it looks like if you're hitting the road this weekend. It's going to be wet, and you're going to really want to keep an eye on the passes if you're heading to Seattle or back between Saturday and Sunday through the area. Driving conditions could be difficult to impossible. Portland also going to be wet. Your Columbia River Gorge trip should be pretty safe. If you're heading up to the Spokane area, look for wet weather there. And again, just north of Spokane, you could see some snowflakes falling. So you want to keep your winter driving supply kits, get them geared up for your cars, gas cans, flashlights, extra batteries, kitty litter, just in case you get to a slick spot, extra water and snacks. Never know when they're going to close that pass down. Here comes that cold air moving down from the north, and that's going to impact most of the west coast of the U.S. Here's our temps tonight. Most of us above the freezing level, at least into the Columbia Basin and foothills. But as you head up into the Yakima, Kittitas Valley, those temperatures dropping below the freezing level. Partly cloudy with cooler temperatures. Look at these daytime highs only making it into the 40s along the foothills of the Blues tomorrow. Here's that 7-day planning forecast. Look at those frosty overnight lows on Friday. Here comes those breezy winds and widespread showers Sunday, with a lesser chance on Monday for most of the area. That's the big concern, though, will be Saturday into Sunday, especially at passes. There's what we're looking at as far as those overnight lows in Yakima. Pretty chilly there. Ellensburg, you're going to see those overnight lows staying in the 20s. You could have some fog developing, especially late Friday into Saturday through the Kittitas Valley, plus those slick roads out there. Drive safely. Walla Walla going to stay fairly warm, warming up to 52 on Sunday, but then dropping back into the 40s for the rest of the week. Here's what it looks like in Hermiston. Very slight chance of a stray shower tomorrow. Overall clear skies. The full moon is coming out, and breezy winds and big changes. So our biggest takeaway is going to be cold. Protect the 3 Ps, the plants, the pets, and the pipes, and also be prepared for winter driving conditions over Snoqualmie Pass this coming weekend.
All right. Thank you, Stacy. The Spotlight at 5 is when we return.
The Kraken and the Blackhawks tonight on Apple Valley News Now.
At Numerica, we've got money answers for people with batrachophobia. Honestly, same. Get money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
Get this low mileage lease on this 2024 Cadillac Lyriq all-wheel drive luxury one for around $599 per month. Visit your local Cadillac dealer today.
Save now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book, including select Pepsi brand 12-packs. Buy 2, get 1 free. Bi-Mart, saving our members more every day.
Thank you for making Apple Valley News Now's Good Morning Northwest and ABC's Good Morning America the most watched morning news on local TV.
Thank you so much.
What's new, what's now, and what's next? Plus first alert weather every 10 minutes. Wake up with Apple Valley News Now.
On your side.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0% APR for up to 84 months.
Find a Kubota dealer near you at gokubota.com.
The White Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
If you're injured on the job, you need an experienced workers' comp attorney.
Workers' compensation is complex. It has its own laws, doctors, courts, and judges.
For years as an assistant attorney general, I represented labor and industries. Now, I fight for injured workers.
If you were hurt at work, let us go to work to get you benefits.
Call 509-584-4411. Bothwell and Hamill.
Are you a daredevil who drives on empty to see if you can make it? At Numerica, you'll find money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
All right, time for tonight's Spotlight at 5. The 24th annual Autumn Affair benefit auction held on Saturday, November 9th, raised a record-setting $400,000 to support programs, services, and equipment for cancer patients in the Cadillac Tri-Cities Cancer Center. More than 500 supporters attended the event. It was held at the Three Rivers Convention Center. Every dollar raised stays within the local community to assist Cadillac patients. As always, if you have an idea for the Spotlight at 5, send me an email, read@applevalleyNewsNow.com. Stacey, what do we have next?
All right, the weather bottom line coming up, and of course, our favorite viewer photo of the day.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Weekdays at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
So what do you think about these?
We like this.
Yeah, we love it.
When it's time for an update or complete remodel, Rebath is with you every step of the way.
We're going to take everything down to the
From design and products to removal and installation, we handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs.
Honey, you were right. Turned out.
Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call us or visit rebath.com to learn more about no interest, no payments for 12 months.
If you think Dee Dee likes to rake leaves all day,
then you'd be crazy. Ladies' night out, hun. I'd rather be raking in my points with this, right, ladies?
yep, Dee Dee and her friends know how to roll with their Legends reward cards at all their favorite games and redeemable for all kinds of goodies. Legends Casino Hotel, because you're within winning distance and fun is how we roll.
Hey Raptors, we want to rent these 2 chairs for the winter. We're kind of out on being cold this year.
Glad you dig it here, but this really isn't a vacation rental sort of place.
We hear ya, but what if we put on Raptor suits and then suddenly there are 4 of us? Yeah, we'll be your nieces, Layla and Kinley. I'm Kinley, the Raptor, and I love burgers.
I love it! Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, a ropes course, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
Not so sure we're gonna pull this off.
At Spectrum, we believe every day unlocks unlimited possibilities to bring you closer to the people and places you love. Spectrum transforms your gaming experience into a galaxy of adventures. And with the fastest, most reliable internet, you're always front row to the entertainment you love, no matter where you are. Get Spectrum Internet Premier for $30 per month when bundled plus a 3-year price guarantee. Call 1-833-440-0029. Spectrum Internet puts streaming live TV, sports, and popular apps all at your fingertips.
Apple Valley News Now is home to top shows from ABC, like Dancing with the Stars, The Golden Bachelorette, and the all-new High Potential. And we're home to the #1 news on television, ABC World News Tonight with David Muir, plus award-winning local news, including the First Alert Weather Team. And we lead the way in sports with NFL Monday Night Football, college football, including the SEC and the Seattle Kraken. We're Apple Valley News Now, proudly serving South Central Washington and Northern Oregon.
On your side.
Friday night, all new 2020.
You think the shooter was parked over here?
Why would somebody ever
put a wig on and gun somebody down in a parking lot?
A young father is senselessly murdered.
Twists and turns, bombshells galore.
He got shot for one of 3 reasons: greed, revenge, or lust.
It was becoming more and more clear that there was a lot more to the story.
And then, bingo.
Fatal Disguise, all new 2020, Friday night on ABC.
And welcome back. Your weather photo of the day. Look at that. Berries on the mountain ash tree in West Pasco. They took it on the 13th. Those leaves are turning gold. And with those windstorms we have, you're probably going to be raking some leaves this weekend. I know we are. All right, let's take a look at the bottom line weather-wise. Cold front pushing in from the north. Rain in the lower elevations returning late Saturday through Monday. Heavy mountain snow in the Cascades, 18 to 24, a couple of feet in the upper elevations and possibly up to a foot at pass level this weekend. So a lot going on weather-wise. It's always something fun to talk about, right?
It's November now.
There you go.
Hoping your news is good news. We're back at 6.
See you then.